A brand new 6th generation BMW M5 is pretty big news. Why? Because it's the super saloon. It's been around since 1984, the year that I was born, and it's been powered by everything from an inline 6 borrowed from the M1 supercar to, oh well, a 5-litre naturally aspirated V8 and this beautiful E39 that just happens to be here, or even a screaming 5-litre V10 in this matte E60 I've got over here. Don't worry, we'll come and give them a rev in a minute. That's the bloodline. This is the new car. It's the F90 M5. And straight off the bat, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. A, it doesn't look that different to the car it's replacing, and B, it doesn't look that different to the 530D M Sport that I'm currently running on the fleet. But that's kind of always been the M5's way. I'll point out the new bits, just for your benefit. 20-inch bi-colour wheels. You can tell it's got the optional carbon ceramic brakes, this one, by the gold calipers under there. M5 gills here, M-specific wing mirrors, very exciting. A carbon fibre roof, that's a first for the M5. And if we come around the back, quad exhausts and a diffuser. Pretty low key, but that was always the way. What we're more interested in here is what's under the bonnet. Yes, this is a 4.4 litre twin turbo V8, a development of the engine that was in the outgoing car, but this time it's got 592 brake horsepower as standard. It's also got an 8-speed automatic gearbox instead of a twin clutch unit. Now I'm going to tell you some pretty big news. You might want to take a seat and grab a tissue, because the BMW M5 is now 4-wheel drive. So, has BMW lost its mind? Has it sold its soul? No, actually, this thing will do 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds, almost a second quicker than the old car. And if you're feeling really brave, well, you can just disengage the front drive shafts and you've got a 2-wheel drive monster, exactly like the Mercedes E63 AMG. Probably best to save that mode for a racetrack, not a slightly damp multi-storey car park. Right, let's try and make some sense of this interior, because so far so 530D, but there are a few buttons here that are just giving the game away. So we've got a bright red start-stop engine button. We've got 2 red buttons here, M1 and M2. That's for storing your favourite driveline configurations, if you like. A different gear lever down here, again with red touches on it, and 3 little buttons here, all with red highlights. One for changing the weight of the steering, one for doing the dampers, and the other one for the sharpness of the engine and gearbox. I know what you're thinking though, that's all well and good, Jack, but how do you switch it from 4-wheel drive to 2-wheel drive? Well, fear not, because I'm going to show you. You go into the settings here on the main screen, My Vehicle, M Setup, Configure M1, so it's to that button, DSC off. Now DSC has to be off in order for you to be able to get the 2-wheel drive mode. It's almost like you have to confirm that you are truly mad and that you're really up for a crash before they'll let you have it. MX Drive, as you can see, 4-wheel drive sport mode, which sends a bit more torque to the back and allows a bit of slip, or the full cojones 2-wheel drive engine sport plus. Yes, we'll have a bit of that. Chassis will keep in comfort, because the roads really are terrible around here. I'll tell you what, seeing as we got 2 generations of M5 over here, and I am sitting in the new car with the keys in the ignition, let's use the power of video to find out which of these 3 actually sounds the best. It's just ridiculous. I'm sitting here in a multi-storey car park revving the nuts off the new M5 and I'm not allowed to drive it. It's just so frustrating. Poor me, that's what I say. So there you have it. That is your instant expert on the brand new F90 M5. There's only one thing left to tell you, and that's the price, which starts from a smidgen under 90 grand. Now, don't get me wrong, that's a lot of money, but for that, you're getting a near 600 horsepower super saloon that can be safe, costing 4-wheel drive 1 minute, and an absolute 2-wheel drive hooligan the next. Someone get me an E63 AMG, because I can feel the twin test of the decade coming on.